When Elon Musk is losing, America is winning. And that is exactly what we just saw with a federal judge striking down one of the first and potentially most dangerous Doge cuts following a lawsuit that delivered a massive loss to Elon Musk. And this is being celebrated by not just Democrats, but independents and Republican voters as well, because the sentiment around Doge is quickly shifting away from Elon Musk. We see, just like his Tesla stock, his approval rating is tanking, and it's the reason that he is panicking right now. And we are going to get into all of that. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, like I said, we are seeing a big shift on public opinion on Doge. And so before we can get to the big loss that Elon suffered, I want to hear someone who is making the case not in court, but in the court of public opinion against Elon Musk, and that's Jasmine Crockett.
Ms. Tlaib just went through a series of things that she feels like this is, other than efficiency. And I have a term for what I believe is going on. I think it's just downright cruel. I think that you have people that literally do not have a heart. They're telling us that, oh, no, we're going to run the federal government like a business. Well, let me talk to you about the people that are allegedly running this business, because the federal government ain't a business. But let me clarify. If it was, I don't want it run like the president has run businesses. The president, it's my understanding, has filed bankruptcy 6 times. We don't have that luxury in the United States of America. But even when we start to think about Elon Musk, right now, as it relates to Tesla, the sales are down. As it relates to X, he has never made a profit since he bought X. In fact, the value of X is 75% lower than it has ever been. So if I am going to go look for somebody to run a business, I'm going to look for someone who is going to run one successfully. And before people start screaming and yelling about, well, he's a billionaire. Yeah, when you know the right people and they'll just give you money, then you can become a billionaire too. And maybe one day all of us will have that kind of access. But until then, I want to talk about the fact that congressional Republicans, again, as it's been stated, they don't care about government efficiency no more than they care about government services and programs that constituents rely on. And just like Elon is hiding from this committee, Republicans are now hiding from their constituents. Under the current Republican budget proposal, 166,000 people in the chairman's district could lose their Medicaid benefits, including more than 70,000 children. The same for the chairwoman of the Doge subcommittee. Under the current budget proposal, 120,000 people in her district could lose Medicaid benefits, including 75,000 children. This is what efficiency looks like to Republicans, selling out their own constituents to pass tax cuts for their billionaire donors and friends. And rather than taking GAO's recommendations and discussing how Congress can help make federal employees and agencies more efficient, effective, and supported, they're firing probationary federal employees, which again, in my opinion, has led to planes actually falling out of the sky. But nevertheless, which is crazy because no one has been more unproductive than the Republicans on the Oversight Committee. Nevertheless, Mr. Dodaro, of the 38 high-risk areas in GAO's 2025 report, more than half are due in part to staffing or skills gaps, which you've already discussed. In your written testimony to the committee, you stated, quote, "When we have seen progress on high-risk issues, it has typically involved 3 essential elements: congressional action or oversight, commitment from top leaders at agencies, and active involvement by the Office of Management and Budget."
It's very clear that the goal of Doge is to break things quickly and kind of fight it out in the court of public opinion before it can actually reach real courts. They want to move so quickly in their illegal actions that the judiciary just can't keep up. And it's the reason it is so important to message like Jasmine Crockett is about how these cuts are more than anything affecting Republican districts, affecting Trump and I guess Trump and Elon voters. That is who this is affecting. And so we have to make sure that that message is clear, that Doge is unpopular, so that Republicans are also celebrating this win with us. Now, sure, they voted for it, and there's something a little bit therapeutic about some just desserts, but no, We want to bring him into the tent. We're looking forward to the midterms, and that is why it is so exciting to see a ruling like this. Musk faces huge setback as judge rules Doge likely violated the Constitution. Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency likely violated the Constitution when they shuttered the U.S. Agency for International Development, a federal judge found on Tuesday. In his ruling, District Judge Theodore Chong wrote that Musk and Doge likely exercised unconstitutional authority in multiple ways while wiping out the agency. He ordered Doge to reinstate access to email payment and all other electronic systems for all current USAID members. The judge also barred Doge and Musk from taking any action regarding the humanitarian agency without the express authorization of a USAID official. In February, Musk's Doge took a chainsaw to USAID, laying off about 97% of its workforce and shutting down its website. Doge has taken numerous actions without any apparent advance approval by agency leadership, the judge wrote. Musk reacted to the ruling by commenting Indeed on an X post by MAGA youth leader Charlie Kirk, who suggested it was a partisan ruling. The judge rejected the Trump administration's argument that Musk is not the Doge administrator and is just a senior advisor to the president. To deny plaintiffs' appointments clause claims solely on the basis that, on paper, Musk has no formal legal authority relating to the decision at issue, even if he is actually exercising significant authority on government matters, would open the door to an end run around the appointments clause, he wrote. The ruling is a win for a group of 26 current and former USAID employees and contractors who brought the lawsuit challenging Musk and Doge efforts to shut down the agency. Norm Eisen, the executive chair of the State Democracy Defenders Fund, which brought the case on behalf of the workers, told CBS that the ruling is an important victory against Musk and Doge. They're performing surgery with a chainsaw instead of a scalpel, harming not just the people USAID serves, but also the majority of Americans who count on the stability of our government, he said in a statement. This case is a milestone in pushing back on Musk and Doge's illegality. It is good to finally see a win. It is also important to recognize that this is a step in the right direction in changing public opinion. USAID saw a spike in its approval rating after Elon Musk began to attack it. Elon Musk is only creating problems for him and Donald Trump, who become less popular every single day. And we have to seize on this opportunity to message against them, especially in red areas where people are much more affected than they would be in blue states and cities. And that's something that Jen Psaki broke down in such a great clip right here.
But I wanted to start tonight with what I kind of think is one of the unifying principles of this administration. And that is basically their myopic view on owning the libs, as they call it. They love to own the libs. To the extent that they have one goal, owning the libs seems to be that goal. And by that, they mean doing anything they can to offend, humiliate, or destroy things that anyone left of Sean Hannity may possibly care about. I mean, Donald Trump visited the Kennedy Center for a board meeting today after seizing control of it and making himself the new chair. What a good use of time for a president. The Kennedy Center now, I think all of you probably know what it is, but it's been an arts institution here in Washington, D.C. for over 50 years. Lots of people perform there, all sorts. They're not political. But to Trump, it was too woke and needed to be straightened out. So yes, to own the libs, Trump is basically destroying the Kennedy Center. People are refusing to perform there anymore. And he basically said so himself today.
We'll make it great again, but it is so much like what I'm witnessing in other places. We have open borders. We have men playing in women's sports. It's all the same thing. It's all the same mentality and thinking.
I mean, it's all the same mentality and thinking. The Kennedy Center, the culture wars, actual policy of any sort, it's all the same thinking to Trump. And it's exactly the same thinking when it comes to the way he and Elon Musk are gutting the federal government. I mean, take NOAA, which is the agency responsible for things like forecasting our weather and tracking climate trends and responding to extreme weather events. Most people accurately see it as an apolitical tool for knowing what the weather is going to be outside, which, hey, we all rely on. A place where a bunch of science nerds prepare for natural disasters. That's what happens in that building. But Project 2025 labeled it as, quote, one of the main drivers of the climate change alarm industry. Think about how absurd that statement is. This is an agency made up of scientists who are literally measuring and predicting weather patterns, some of which are caused by, yes, the climate crisis, and they're destroying that agency. That's the goal. That's front and center for the Trump team. That's what they're trying to do. Now, over the past few weeks, the Trump administration has slashed hundreds of NOAA staff, including people responsible for producing critical weather forecasts and maintaining radar systems, and they're not done. The agency is tasked with cutting an additional 1,000 jobs, which means 10% of its workforce. See, to Donald Trump and his buddy Elon Musk, NOAA is just another woke agency that stirs up climate hysteria. And so it's one of the agencies that has found itself in their crosshairs. But here's the thing. When devastating tornadoes swept across the country this week, it actually wasn't coastal Democrats in their path at all. It was states like Mississippi and Arkansas and Alabama and Missouri, states that would definitely not self-identify as woke in any way, and states that would definitely benefit from a fully operational and fully staffed and fully funded NOAA. What about FEMA, which provides essential tools for cleaning up and rebuilding after devastating storms, like the ones we also saw last week and this week? Trump and Elon Musk claim the agency is a political tool wielded by Democrats during disasters. I don't even know what they mean by that exactly. So guess what they've done? They've cut jobs there too. And Trump has even mused about shutting it down altogether. That's how they're owning the libs, I guess, right? I mean, that's their approach. But guess which states get the most recovery funding from FEMA and the Department of Housing and Urban Development? Well, states like Louisiana and Florida and Texas, not exactly target Democratic states, those ones typically. Notice the theme here? See, the things they've already done and things they're planning to do actually hurt red states more than blue states. They're trying to own the libs, but they're actually hurting Trump voters. The people they are hurting the most are in the very states that voted to put Trump in the White House. And we're seeing this everywhere, all the time. It's happening every day. They're hurting red states by working to repeal the Inflation Reduction Act, even though 80% of the investments are in Republican districts. They'll continue to hurt people who voted for them if they go after Social Security, which 1 in 5 Americans across every single state rely on. And they'll hurt lots of proud MAGA members if they go after Medicaid. In one Appalachian county in Kentucky, almost 90% of the residents in Harlan County, that's where I'm talking about, voted for Trump, and almost half of them receive Medicaid.
People are waking up to the effects that Elon Musk's Doge attacks are having on their communities, and it is the right time for Democrats to pounce and message not only what Elon is doing wrong, how he is breaking the law, but how we are offering up a solution. Democrats need to be doing that now more than ever. We're certainly going to be talking about it on the show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.